and let's walk. Thank you for that. All right, I'm going to be in shift today, and we are going to be pages 72 through 77. Pages 72 through 77. We're picking up where we left off yesterday. We are picking up with ramp it up. I feel like this subject is super important, and we need to spend a little bit more time on this than we did yesterday. And besides, I love repetition, but repetition is the mother of learning. So if you hear something you heard yesterday, cool, awesome, and take notes. Like my little crown. Yeah. You're so creative. Right? I actually am. All right, bottom of the page. All right, bottom of the page. And then hold on one second. The pupils in the room are misbehaving. I'm ready when you are. You know, the school teacher in the room is the one who's misbehaving, by the way. Right? I'd send you to see the principal if you don't behave. All right. You guys are cracking me up. Oh my gosh. All right. Bottom of the page. An inconsistent approach can get you leads, but it won't give you anywhere near the number of leads you'll need when the market shifts. You're going to need a lot of leads, and that means you're going to have to do a lot of lead generating. You must do it every day. You must do it several hours every day, and you must do it every work day for the rest of your career. Page 72. I'm going to be page 72 through 77 for those of you who just joined us and are asking. And we covered that yesterday, so that's repetition. To do this, you must subscribe to one simple belief: dealing with business never takes precedence over finding business. Dealing with business, handling contracts, negotiating contracts, dealing with repairs, entering listings into the MLS, anything that would fall under dealing with business, taking buyers out and showing them properties, dealing with business never takes precedence over finding new business. Your number one job every day is lead generation. And until that is over, everything else and everyone else is a distraction. You must adopt the position that until your lead generation is done every day, nothing else should get done. Middle of the page, until your number one priority is done, everything else is a distraction. Until your number one priority, lead generation. Until your number one priority, talk to 20 people. Until your number one priority, schedule at least one face-to-face appointment. Until your number one priority is done, nothing else matters. I don't know how to say that anymore in any other way. The number one challenge you face, here you go, get ready. The number one challenge you face won't be either of the first two issues we covered. It will be this: consistently doing lead generation activities over time. To ensure your lead generation is always your number one priority and that it gets done, you must acquire the discipline of time blocking. All right, I'm going to slow down because we're moving into some new information that we didn't cover yesterday. If I asked you to show me your calendar, what would you show me? If you're sitting in the room and your calendar is with you, hold it up. If you're on Zoom, put it in front of the screen like this, right? If you ask me, well, John, show us your calendar. Cool. I'm up to the challenge. There it is. Right? Okay. Right? Now, slowing down because this is really, really important. And I don't want you to think this is John's thought process. He's old. Don't listen to him. He doesn't get technology. This is not me talking to you. Gary Keller is talking to you through me. Now listen to what he says. To ensure your lead generation is always your number one priority and that it gets done daily, you must acquire the discipline of time blocking. That's interesting. Discipline and time blocking is a discipline, just like exercising, just like eating right, just like anything else you do in life that doesn't come naturally. In order to do it, you have to acquire the discipline in order to do it. Once done, you must protect that time against any and all distractions. What are you doing to protect your lead generation time block? If I came up to you and it's 11 a.m. and you have time blocked lead generation from 10 to noon. Should be more than that, by the way. We'll get to that in just a second. But you've time blocked lead generation 11 to 12. And Jess, I come up to you at 11 and I say, got a minute. Hey, want to chat with you. Got a minute? What's your response?
My response is yes, but it should be no.
It should be no. It should be no, I don't. And why do you? That's what it should be. I'm in lead generation. I think that's what you're supposed to be doing right now as well, right? Cool. What are your time blocking and accountability to standards? Are you accountable to your time blocking? Happy birthday, Jessica. Jennifer Weisberg just walked in the room and it's her birthday. She's 21 today, guys. Bottom of the page. Before I explain how to time block, I want to confront one of the most disabling myths you can hold, and the myth of being disciplined. One of the great dysfunctional goals people set for their lives is to become a disciplined person. Create habits. Habits look like discipline when you create habits. Boy, that's something you should write down. Habits look like discipline when you create habits. All right, I'm going to go over to page 75. I'm at the top of the page. Listen carefully. If you struggle with the challenge of consistently lead generating, don't fear, for there is a simple solution for you. It is time tested and guaranteed to work. You must time block for it. If it's not in your calendar, it doesn't exist. Have you ever had somebody ask you if you did something at the end of the day and your response is, no, I didn't do it. I meant to do it, but I didn't do it. And then have you ever thought, well, I didn't do it because I didn't plan to do it. I didn't do it because it wasn't in my calendar. If it's not in your calendar, it doesn't exist. Time block to make sure that the big rocks get done. Bottom of the page, successful people. Now, I didn't say average people. I didn't say people who achieve mediocrity. It said successful people annually time block for 3 things. You ready? Here they come. Number 1, first they make a list of all the vacations and time off they want to take for the year, and they time block for them off on their calendar. So the first thing they plan for is time off. Do you have time off in your calendar? My good friend Deb Ward, they're both good friends, but my good friend Deb Ward, who lives in Clearwater, she's with Keller Williams in the Clearwater Market Center. She teaches a class called Planner Manners. And she teaches how to color code your calendar, right? Pink is personal time. Do you have pink time in your calendar? Now, I want you to follow a 1-3-7 model for time off. At least 1 day off a week. Highlight it. It's pink. Nothing else goes in there. Now, when you've time blocked for that time off and it's pink, it is Keller Who time. Don't answer your phone. Don't look at email. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your kids. Spend time with you. It's personal time. Show them this time off. Show your daughter, Jennifer, Jessica, whoever you are today. Show your daughter every week you've got time in your calendar for her. Michaela, right? Michaela, sweetheart, I want you to see that you're in my calendar. Matter of fact, you're the first thing that goes in my calendar at the beginning of the year. Matter of fact, if you look at my calendar, Michaela, you're in my calendar every single week. How would that make her feel? Very special. And when she comes to you and needs something and you're working, can you say, sweetheart, I'm working right now, and remember, you're the most important person in my life. Matter of fact, you're the first thing that goes on my calendar every week. This is work time, but this comes after you. I work this around you. I don't work you around this. And sweetheart, I promise Sunday is yours. No work. Are your children going to support your goals? Yeah. Yes, they will. All right, so pink time 1 day a week. Then I want you to take one weekend per month. This is the 1-3-7 in the model. And I want you to plan a long weekend once a month. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, pink time. Once a month. I know, Diane's like, oh my gosh, really? And yes, I want you to do this. I promise you're going to get more done. I promise you will. You'll get more done, not less done. And then 7-day vacation every quarter.
Every quarter?
Every quarter. Once every 3 months. That means 4 times a year you're going on vacation. That means you're going to work 48 weeks a year. Yes. And you're going to get more done. I promise you. Now, this is the first thing that should go in your calendar at the beginning of the year. 1 day off a week, 3-day weekend every month, and 1 week off every month. Every quarter. Thank you. Yeah, well, I Freudian slip. That's what I wanted to happen, right? All right. So there's your model for time off. Now, that's the first thing that we're time blocking for. Number 2, time block for lead generation. Gary says, take out your calendar and time block a few hours every day devoted to nothing. Boy, underline that word about 100 times. Nothing but lead generation. Now, I'm going to tell you a few hours ain't going to get it. Not today.
Wait, what page are you on? I'm sorry.
Page 75 and 76.
Oh, okay.
Bottom of 75 over to 76.
Oh, okay.
Block 2 to 3 hours for lead generation every day. Nothing but lead generation. So if I'm looking at my calendar at a week at a glance, that's the calendar I want you to get, by the way, and I've time blocked 10 to 1. It's 3 hours, right? And I've time blocked that for lead generation. I'm not doing anything else. I am doing nothing else. I am just swimming. My boat sank 3 miles offshore. I have one choice, swim to shore or die. And I'm going to swim to shore. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not going to stop. If Clarissa's swimming with me, she was in the boat with me. Sorry, Clarissa, I sunk the boat. And I'm not going to ask her, hey, did you see what was on Facebook? Can you believe what she wore to work yesterday? Oh my gosh. Did you check the score of the game last night? No, none of that happens. We're just swimming. Swim. I am quacking. I'm a duck. and I'm just quacking. I'm not doing anything else. Quack, feed me, quack, feed me, quack, feed me. I'm not going to go up to the other ducks and say, can you believe that guy was a jerk? He didn't feed us. Let's go over to the pond and feel sorry for ourselves for a while and just kind of sit here. Or it's too hot, it's too cold, so we're not going to quack. No, you're just quacking. And we're going to dance until it rains. You guys know that story. There is a tribe in Aboriginal tribe in Australia, and they have these tribes that rain dance. And this is in my book, The Rainmaker, right? And every so often, these different communities, they would go to these tribes of rain dancers and they would ask them to dance because they're in a drought. And every so often it rains and sometimes it doesn't, except there's this one particular tribe and it always rains. Always, every single time. And the leader of one of the communities who's yeah, here's a contract, who's asking these rain dancing tribes to come out and dance for them, that he goes to this tribe that always creates rain. And he goes to the leader of the tribe and he says, Pierre, what's up? I don't get it. You guys, every single time you dance, it rains. And the leader of the tribe says, it's easy. We dance until it rains. Lead generation. Dance until it rains. Now, all that means is talk to people, knock on doors until somebody says, I'm glad you called. I'm thinking about selling my house. That's rain. You made it rain. The reason the book is titled Rainmaker, because in business, a rainmaker is someone who creates opportunity. There's somebody who causes it to rain. And you guys are rain makers. Nobody told you at real estate school that you were going to be a rainmaker, right? They probably never talked about that. They probably never told you. Matter of fact, that's your number one job. Dance until it rains. Was that question on the exam? Mm-mm. Probably not. Okay. I would remember. Yeah, you would. All right, third. They time block an hour each week to plan their week. When are you planning your week? Here's another great question for you. At the end of the day, when somebody asks you, how was your day? What do most people say to that question, guys? Fine. Fine? Okay. Is all right? It sucked?
Crazy.
Here's one for you, Pierre, in French. Come see, come saw. How's that?
That's in the song.
You know why they answer the question that way? Do you know why they answered the question that way? Do you know why you answer the question that way?
Because we don't know what we did.
Because you don't know what a great day looks like. If you knew what a great day looks like, you know when you had one. Now, how do you know what a great day looks like? Plan for it. You guys hearing me? Now, what do I usually say when you ask me, John, how are you doing?
Never had a bad day.
Never had a bad day. You know, Zig Ziglar Corporation, if you call the Zig Ziglar Corporation, I don't know if this is still true or not. Zig Ziglar passed away many years ago, but when Zig was actively involved in running the Zig Ziglar Corporation, if you called the Zig Ziglar Corporation, the way they would answer the phone is, it's always a great day at the Zig Ziglar Corporation. By the way, that's how they answer the phone at Keller Williams. Where do you think they got it from? And somebody asked Zig one time, is it always a great day? Is it really always a great day? Do you know what his response was? And I love this response. His response was, yes, it is. And if you don't believe me, just try missing one of them. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? It's waking up with a mindset that you won the lottery last night every single day. How do you have a great day? Plan for it. Are you planning to have great days? Are you living your life as a meaningful specific, or are you going through life as a wandering generality? Are you a ship with a rudder who is on course with a designation that is assured? Are you a ship without a rudder that's just floating with the tide? Just going through life as life bounces you from one bad thing to another. Life can either happen to you, or you can plan to have a great life. All right, talk to me. What'd you hear? Give me some ahas.
That the last quote you said reminded me of a quote I heard from a speaker, and she said, things don't happen to you, things happen for you.
Yes, that. Yes. It didn't
So
happen.
even the like the roadblocks, sometimes those things really